Brian Hines, followed by Rich Duncan.
Brian Hines, 10371 Lake Drive, Salem. I want to also understand why $749,000 of public urban renewal money is being proposed to be given to the private developer of the parkfront building. During your deliberation on this agenda item, those of you who favored the proposal need to explain in a clean declarative sentence or two why you believe T.J. Sullivan's funding request should be approved, because the facts show this doesn't make any sense. Fact one, the City of Salem website says that the aim of urban renewal is to spur redevelopment where it might otherwise occur without public investment. Fact two, the parkfront building clearly was planned to be constructed without public investment. In March 2016, more than 8 months before Sullivan requested the $749,000, a Statesman Journal story said Parkfront joined, quote, a flurry of projects at the once blighted industrial park. Construction for the $8.5 million building will begin on a portion of the North Block parcel of the Boise site in summer 2016 and be finished in May 2017, said T.J. Sullivan. Note, will begin, not might begin, and no mention of urban renewal money. Also, a First Commercial Real Estate Post pointed out that represented marquee companies in its purchase of the North Block site for a rehabilitation facility. A portion of the site then was sold by Marquee to Parkfront LLC. Fact three, astoundingly, this same piece of Boise Cascade land has already gotten urban renewal funds to supposedly leverage its development. In March 2015, Salem LLC Properties, a subsidiary of Marquee Companies, got $749,999 from the Urban Renewal Agency. LTC Properties was going to construct a rehab center on part of the property and an office building on another part. As noted above, the Parkfront office building is on land bought from Marquee. So this obviously is double dipping into urban renewal funds for the same piece of property and for the same amount, $749,000. Public funds already had been used to supposedly spur development of that property. It was ridiculous to do this once, and it would be even more ridiculous to do this twice. The staff report on Sullivan's request says that the project meets urban renewal goals of removing blight and leveraging public funds with public investment. But this is wrong. As the Statesman Journal story said, this is once blighted property. Mountain West got tax breaks for the successful South Park apartments. Mountain West demanded and got $749,000 in urban renewal money for the Marquee Rehab Center on the southern part of the North Block. Now Parkfront LLC has bought part of that site from Marquee for its own office building. Parkfront said it was committed to constructing that building 8 months before it applied for another $749,000 in urban renewal money. Forking out that money sounds like crony capitalism, especially since T.J. Sullivan said in his application letter that the money is needed because construction costs have increased, which is just a fact of doing business in a booming economy. Thank you.
Questions? Mr. Lewis.
Well, I won't ask the same question. What percent of the building, of the development cost, would this grant, gift, as you call it, represent?
Well, it's about $9 billion. I believe Ms. Rutherford says like a one. I mean, they call it leveraging, but since the project was going to be built anyway, the leveraging is zero. So essentially, it's just money given to a developer because Mr. Sullivan said his construction costs have increased, and it was a difficult site to build on. But of course, Marquee willingly paid a certain amount of price for that difficult to build on site. Mr. Sullivan willingly paid a certain price to Marquee for that site, and you would think the difficulty of pollution or whatever has been factored into the land costs. So he's putting in some nice windows. He says he's doing landscaping. And I didn't know that the Urban Renewal Agency was in the business of helping people pay for excess construction costs due to a booming economy, but apparently it is.
Thanks for the comment. The answer to my question is about 8%, about 8% of the cost. And it's my understanding that the urban renewal funds are to be used for exactly things like this, things that will bring true value to the area, increase the tax base so we can improve the area and get out of the urban renewal area.
Councilor Lewis, in March of this year, he said, I'm going to build this on the property. In November of this year, he applies for the money after he said that it would be started in the summer of the year and finished. So it's clear that their plans were, I mean, I hate to sound like Donald Trump, but saying the city is making terrible deals if it's giving money to people who are already planning to build an $8 million office building and then just choose to ask the city for money and then they get it. I mean, without any conditions. So If he had said, I'm not going to build here in the start of 2016 unless I get this money, then the Urban Renewal Agency should have acted on that prior to him buying the land, getting all the approvals. He got the Planning Commission approval, and now he wants money to subsidize him. And I call that crony capitalism. Sorry if that bothers you.
It would be available to you if you were to do the same thing.
I doubt it. I seriously doubt it.
Member Anderson.
Thank you. Mr. Hines, what was the date that the Marquee Development got the money for the north property that has now been split?
March 2015.
Okay, thank you.
It was the Urban Renewal Agency action. Yeah. I checked the minutes, and it was approved. I wrote about the horrible possibility that it might be, and it turned out it was.
Okay, thank you. Rich Duncan.